end of the night, it is her I'll be holding. I love you so, hey, that's what you'll say. You'll tell me, baby, baby, please don't go away.
Hello everybody. First of all, let me thank you all for being here today and welcome to my presentation. For those of you who don't know me, my name is from class 812 in Foreign Trade University. Well, imagine that you dream of being a direct manager in a big company. You have to master many fundamental skills such as communicating, negotiating, organizing, and what else? One of the most difficult and challenging skills that a manager who wants to succeed in their business needs is managing conflict. What I'd like to present today is how should managers deal with conflict in the workplace. My talk is particularly relevant to those of us FTU students who may be young managers in future. In this presentation, I will focus on two main parts. First, I will introduce the definitions of workplace conflict, its effects and its causes. In the second part, I will clarify how should managers deal with conflict in the workplace. My talk will last only in 10 minutes. If you have any questions, please send it to my email as you can see it on screen. Now, let's move to the first part of my presentation, the overviews of conflict. Conflict can be defined as a disagreement or mismatch of the attitude, opinions, or wants. Anytime people work together, conflict is a normal and natural part of doing business. Workplace conflict is a specific type of conflict which occurs in the work area, such as an office influenced by the work environment. Workplace conflict has numerous positive effects such as better understanding, higher performance, major innovation, but its drawbacks are widespread and costly. This leads to decreased productivity, increased stress between employees, hampered performance, and added work violence or death. Although conflict is a common workplace issue, it is very important to recognize the sources of conflict to solve problems suitably. Some of the primary causes of the conflict are poor communication, different personality, different value, competition. Poor communication is one of the main causes of conflict, which because of the difference in communication style or failure to communicate. For example, a manager will assign an employee task to his colleagues, but fail to communicate with the employees. While employee can feel slighted, which may lead to animosities between employees. Different personalities is other causes of conflict. It is because employees come from different backgrounds and experiences. Similar to different personality, the values of employee, which is seen clearly as generations yet differ within workplace. The different value between the young and the old may not cause the conflict, but the failure to accept the differences is. Unhealthy workplace competitions is other culprit of conflict. For example, a workplace can experience a strong competition between employees when the salary linked to employee production. Well, you have listened about the overview of conflict, including the definition of conflict, the effect of conflict and its causes. Now, let's move to the second part of my presentation. How should managers? The study shows that 24 to 60% of managers' time and energy is spent on resolving the conflict. Therefore, conflict resolution is an essential skill that managers should work on and prioritize to manage a team effectively. Personally, there are 3 steps to solve conflict. The first step is being aware of the possibility of conflict. As you can see, conflict is a time-consuming and costly problem. Therefore, managers should be able to sense the possibility of conflict and be prepared to prevent it before it occurs. Some of the indicators, for example, that can help managers in predicting the possibility of conflict are body language of team members, tendency to have disagreements regardless the issues, giving the strong public statement, increasing the lack of respect, and showing a desire for power. If managers can be aware of conflicts early, they can promptly find a suitable strategies to deal with and minimize its adverse effects on business. The second step is finding out the main causes of conflict in the workplace. Einstein says you cannot solve problem until you define it. Although defining the problems is the hardest part of resolution, it is very important to determine the causes of conflict to solve problem totally. To find out the main causes of conflict, first of all, let people tell their stories. This is a basic principle of mediation, and that's very important to remember. Yes, allowing people speak their minds may increase the level of conflict that you must face too. This is okay. You must get through the conflict phase before finding out the suitable strategy to solve it. During the meeting, try get in their shoes, listen carefully, and explore what happened, if possible, from all sides of the conflict. The third step is applying a suitable strategy to solve conflict. After finding out the main causes of conflict, what are and choose the best strategy to implement. There are 5 main strategies to solve conflict. These are avoidance, accommodating, forcing, compromise, and problem solving. Avoidance is sometimes the best way to deal with conflict. Oftentimes we fix whatever problem has existed and trying to fix yourself will just make it worse. However, more often than not, avoidance is just a sign of inability to successfully manage problems. Accommodating is an approach which rarely leads to problem being solved. Although it can solve problems immediately, the basic issue remains. Accommodating and avoiding problems are similar techniques. They both usually come from a fear of dealing with conflict directly. Forcing is the opposite of accommodating. The manager who forces his employee to accept a solution will hardly find the best long-term solution. This type of behavior will seldom fix problems and can produce more anxious. Compromise is often seen as the best way to deal with conflict, but it can make employees feel they've lost. In other words, it depends on the different cases of conflict to choose the best strategy to solve conflict. Managing conflict is challenging task that all managers need to face, but it is possible if managers comply with the disciplines of dealing with conflict. Thank you for listening and goodbye.